Lori, welcome to part two of the protected videos. Now I want to talk about manifesting very quickly when you've hit that roadblock. Okay, so we've already gone over that you've hit a roadblock. Instead of acting like a spoiled child and having a tantrum, step back for a second. See if you're in forgiveness. See if you're in gratitude. Maybe somebody shot something at you, so use that protection. Next, you got to trust God. Ultimately, He puts us in the driver's seat as far as, manifesting and that sort of thing. But if we have gone off course, if we're believing something we shouldn't believe, if we are being fooled, He's going to protect us. So we need to trust Him first. Maybe it's just not time yet. Maybe we are going down the wrong road. So if you can step back for a second and trust Him, how can it get any better than this? How can it get any better than this? Keep saying that. How can it get any better than this? And just trust Him and keep saying that. Sometimes we get thrown some really hard curveballs in this life, and that's because there is evil in this world. So first and foremost, you need to have faith in Him, but know that He set things up so that we can manifest. Okay. So if it's not happening, it could be any number of those things. But if you've checked all that, you know that you're in forgiveness, you know that you're walking in gratitude, you know that you're protected, you have reversed any curses or anything like that, and you have left it in God's hands. Even though you've left it in God's hands, you can still go back and redo all the manifesting, and knowing that if it's not right, that He will at least show you a sign as to that it is Him kind of doing this. Okay, so back to the mindset. We talked in previous videos about how it's a mindset, how it's a way of life. It's manifesting one or two things is great, but then it becomes just a way of life. So think about it this way. Okay, eternity, heaven, hell, all of that is reality. That is our true reality. That is our spirit self. That is our soul that is going to continue on long after we're here. Okay, long after all of this is just an illusion. Okay, when our bodies are dead and gone, people don't even remember our names. We're still going to be living on. So this part is very, very temporary. We're here on a journey back to God, a journey back home. None of us will have all of the answers until we get there, until we talk to God Himself. But for now, we need to know that this is extremely temporary. Don't make yourself too comfortable here. Don't worry so much about the physical things. Yes, we do have to have money to eat, to live. We have to have food, we have to have medicine, we have to have housing, we have to have relationships. We must have relationships because relationships are how we learn and how we grow. But don't get focused so much on the material things because this is just a tiny, tiny fraction, excuse me, of what's important of our lives, because eternity is really our lives, right? So think about it this way. That is reality. This is an illusion. And God, it's real. I'm not saying, that none of us are really real. But God has set it up for us. It's kind of like an illusion. If you look at it like, and this is going to sound crazy to some, but like hologram almost, right? So if we're living in a hologram, if we're living in, say, a game, let's just look at it like, those really, what do they call them? The real life, like video games. I can't remember what they call them, but it's like you do something, you control it. It's like, a real life video game. Well, you're in control of that. Some people go through life just whatever happens to them. They're very submissive. They just kind of watch what's going on. And then there's others of us who learn that you can be in the driver's seat. Okay? Think about it that way. So if you're in the driver's seat and something happens to you, somebody does something bad to you, you can say, you know what, I saw that. I acknowledge that. Don't, these people that tell you not to acknowledge the negative stuff, that's just crazy. It's really happening. So acknowledge it. Okay, I saw it. I acknowledge it. I don't accept it. Okay? And I'm not talking about like somebody's death or something because, they've moved on. They're still alive. We need to know that death is not, if physical death is a reality, spiritual death is impossible. So, we know we're going to see them again. I'm talking about like physical things that happen, like anything of the physical world. anything tangible. I don't accept it. This is not what I accept. So I'm going to change it. So you take the situation that's going on, and again, you can't manipulate somebody else to do something that you want. So if it's somebody, like, then you're not in a relationship with them, what you want to do is you want to say, okay, Lord, I don't accept this, but I accept the perfect person to come into my life. So then you're not like forcing that specific person. But let's say it's a situation with money, it's a situation with a car, it's a situation with something tangible, okay? Even a relationship, but like I said, with a relationship, what you want to do is do that. You don't want a specific person. You want, even if you do, you want to put it out there that you want that person if it's right or the right one, okay? And then what you can say is, okay, I don't accept this. I acknowledge it. I see it. I don't accept it. So I change it. Say, just for example, say your car broke down. Okay, Lord, I know my car broke down. I see it. I accept it as a reality. But now, because I'm in the driver's seat, I change it. Now you want to do just and you can do this quickly. You want to envision the perfect scenario. Is it that car and it's fixed now? Is it a new car that works fine? Is it the perfect mechanic comes in and fixes it? Don't get caught up in the how is this going to happen. Don't get caught up in the why did this happen. Just envision the end result and believe it. Just put it out there, believe it, envision it, and know that it's going to happen. Then live in gratitude and just expect it. You want to get to a point where you're not waiting on anything, you're not looking for signs, you just know it's going to happen. So you just expect the end result. Okay? Bottom line is you can kind of just shift it. Just know this reality doesn't work for me. This is what's going to happen. And then it happens. Does that make any sense? Am I being kind of weird here? I know that's the way to do this. I also know that there are negative energies that are going to try to make you believe that it's impossible and that this world is all bad and you can't overcome it. But you know what? I choose to believe God, and God says you will overcome it, and I'll be there with you. And if He's with us, He can do anything. So look at it that way. My Father is the creator of the universe. He can do anything. So if it's not happening, it's either not for my own benefit, it's not for my own good, or I'm blocking it. Okay, one of those two things. Does that make sense to you? Oh, sorry, my phone is dying. I hope it makes sense to you. I hope I explained it right. There is a girl that watches my videos, and I know that she's hoping to have a child. I can't remember her name at this moment. I think it's Crystal. So if we could all just put out energy for Crystal to end up having that child that she wants to have in a very timely manner, I know it'll happen for you. And anyway, today is the day before Thanksgiving when I'm doing this, so I want to wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving, and I want you to remember gratitude, belief, gratitude, and faith. Those are the three things to manifest the life you desire. You guys have a great day.